So it's kind of an interesting story. Our mandate has us balancing two ways of providing health care under one roof. In Kenora in particular, there was a bunch of elders got together, and as like I said, there were marches and demonstrations, and in Kenora in particular, there was the occupation of Anishinaabe Park in the 70s, and all of that kind of activism was about identifying issues and working together to problem solve, basically. And health, on a number of different levels, was one of the issues that was recognized and addressed.
My father and I were like best friends. He was a unique individual, my father. What we were looking at is having the traditional ceremonies and people, the healers, be able to come in there and be part of that healing and wellness for our people. And but also on the same side is to have the Western style of healing for our people as well. If I asked the Spirit to send him that information, he would dream it. He would know it. And essentially having that health access center, he was the right person. That healing place that he dreamt of would be that Waasegiizhig Nanaandawe'iyewigmig.
Some of the earlier founding board members that I worked with, and some of the people that I worked with on the developmental piece, were also part of that other history that I alluded to previously. And so I think it's really important to acknowledge all of the work that they did to set the stage to make this possible when there were finally resources available to do it with.
That's how Waasegiizhig came to life. That's how it evolved, was through ceremony, like literally through ceremony.
We serve a fairly large catchment area in the Kenora area that includes 10 First Nations communities. We're not a one-stop shop. We're not everything to all people, but we have resources that can identify problems, and if they're not that serious, they can support resolving them. But if it's something that requires a little bit more specialized care, then we make referrals to other organizations. The client needs to be at the center, right? So you need to focus on clients. And if you look at the geography, we were able to divide it into 4 regions that kind of coincide with the medicine wheel directions. So we have a north team, an east team, a south team, and a west team.
We do screenings on kids 0 to 13 years of age. A couple other programs that I do are the adult clinics. So we run clinics similar to what people would get if they were to access care at a dental office here in town.
My work, cultural coordinator, we do various kind of healing for our people. But what also Windhack does when I talk about community visits, right? We do those health consultations at the community too, the traditional health consultations, and much like the health promoters when they go to the communities, the dental hygienists, the nurse practitioners, it's reaching out to them.
One of the departments is the hostel. We do intake. People come in to stay in the hostel, and we take their names, and then we take them to their rooms and show them around. You know, when they come in, we always welcome them, you know. And some of them, they have relatives in the hospital, and they stay in a hostel close to their family for support.
It's a place where it's run by a board of directors. It's owned by Anishinaabe people. They can feel like this is their home they can come to and have a say in how it's run.
At Waasegiizhig, we have traditional health promoters, and we have interpreters if needed, especially for the elders. Communication has a big part to do with it.
Well, we like to focus on the holistic well-being of our clients, so taking an Indigenous perspective on it and trying to involve the cultural aspects of it. I'll go into homes and I'll sit with people, discuss, what their plans are, what their goals are, and that's a little bit different from them having to come into the clinic.
Our traditional clinic is for clients that choose traditional medicines in a holistic way.
We like to incorporate the traditional medicines into our care, so we do have cultural coordinators that we can turn to if a client chooses to go the traditional way with the medicines and even the teachings.
I think if you can do something that is traditional medicine and it's going to help take care of you and you're going to feel better about yourself, better about your health, better about your spirituality, I think that's really helpful. I don't think it could be what it is without the group that we have, like the entire group. We all play an important role.
From the beginning, we did have the idea in our head that it would be based on interprofessional teamwork and not just doctors or just nurses or just this or just that.
What I like about Waasegiizhig and my job is the interprofessional teams that we have going on.
The difference in our interprofessional approaches are that we consult directly, and there's a lot of cross-training between the professions. So I call it kind of more interprofessional education on top of just interprofessional work. And that is something I haven't seen much outside of our organization.
While primary care is the very important thing, I mean, that's how people get actual problems addressed, I see health promotion as really being the glue that binds it all together.
As a health promoter, we do many different things. Our main goal is to promote health and wellness in our people and our communities that we service. Waasegiizhig is very responsive to clients' needs.
What I found most unique about the services that we provide is that we're taking it to the client. We're going into their communities, sometimes we're going into their homes. We're bringing our services to them, which kind of levels the playing field. That way they don't have to deal with transportation issues.
Going into the homes, they open up a little bit more, they introduce you to their families, their pets, they show you their living situation. And it's just, it's more well-rounded, and it's easier for them sometimes to open up and tell us what's really going on.
I like to put my clients first and ensure that they get the best and highest care, whatever I could do in my power. And if I feel like I'm stuck, I always have a colleague to turn to that will always help me and make sure that they get the best care for the client as well.
We can reach out to our team members, so whether they need foot care or information in terms of health promotion, whether it's healthy eating, diabetes prevention, those types of things. We know that we have partners that we can reach out to, and we don't have to send them outside of the organization.
They're all great staff and great people to be around, and they just love to help people out, and it's great.
I feel like Waasegiizhig is doing its best to get to the clients, find out what they want, what they need, and then how we can kind of turn it around and give them that.
I'm thankful for Waasegiizhig for being accessible, because they offer a lot more than just, the Healing Lodge. They also have more programs. They have nurses, they have doctors. The list goes on.
I suffer from anxiety and depression. Something that I struggle with every single day. So when I went to Waasegiizhig, it was very different. It was, I think it helped me more than any place, like any other place, has been able to help me.
You know, you can be Indigenous and still not apply the knowledge and understanding that you inherently have. And conversely, you can be non-Indigenous and just somehow be able to do that through the right combination of personal characteristics and knowledge and understanding. So you sort of try to look beyond that superficial to the heart of the people that we're hiring to see whether it's in the right place for what it is that we're choosing to do, because that's what's most important at the end of the day. Walking together.
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 Walking together to achieve
Mino b'matiswin.
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 Mino b'matsuin.